Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in the Tools of Torment update for Dead by Daylight, going for the Thrill of the Chase achievement. This is to down 10 survivors with the exposed status after they have been locked on to by a drone. This one's going to be done from the killer side. You have to do this with the update killer in the form of the Skull Merchant, so make sure you grab her from the DLC pack or from the in-game store. Once you have her, make sure you take her with you into a game. You are going to need to use her drones in order to get this done. So the drones are going to be her special attack. You're going to deploy one by hitting left trigger. Once you pop one up, it's going to be an active drone. An active drone is going to emit this zone right here, and any survivors who are going to be caught in this zone is going to have this little timer build up on them. You can see the timer on the survivor's portrait in the HUD. Once that thing fills up all the way, what's going to happen is the survivor is going to get the killer instinct on them so you can see where they are. They are also going to have exposed put on them for a while, which is going to mean you are able to one-shot them regardless of their health state. So in order to get this achievement, what you have to do is you have to make sure you down 10 survivors who are going to get the exposed status inflicted on them through this. The drone can only lock on to them if they are within the zone, so if they ever leave the zone, they are going to have the timer start to deplete, so you're going to want to try to pressure them to stay in the zone. Once you notice that killer instinct beat on them, just make sure you drop everything you're doing, and make sure you go for the quick attack, and you should be able to down them and start making progress towards this achievement. You are going to need 10 total. Thankfully, it is going to be cumulative and does track over multiple games, so don't worry too much about trying to get this done in a single game. Just make sure you keep setting up your drones and make sure you try to bait survivors into these zones. You are going to be given 4 drones at a time, so make sure you spread them around the map the best you can, especially in survivor-dense areas. So whenever you are pursuing a survivor in the midst of a chase, make sure you try to pressure your chases towards the drone zones and then try to keep the survivors in the drone zones as long as possible. It's going to be a big help if they happen to put you in a spot where they're going to be still. So if they try to bait you into a loop or try to camp a pallet or something, just pop up a drone and then just make sure you take advantage of their stubbornness to move to the next location, and then you should be able to get a ton of lock-on progress on them. And of course, do remember to go for the attack once you notice the killer instinct beat go off. So once you hear that heartbeat, just make sure you quickly pay attention to where it's coming from. Find the survivor and make sure you swing, and you should be able to down them right away, and that should give you more progress to the achievement. Of course, if you are doing a good job of spreading your drones around while chasing another survivor, if you notice the killer instinct beat go off from far away, make sure you cut off your chase and then head over to that one, and then make sure you quickly get that survivor before their exposed status goes away, and you should be able to get the most out of this, especially on smaller maps. So just make sure you keep cleaning up shop, and then once you do finally get your 10, you should be good for the achievement. Thankfully, this one isn't going to be super grindy. Should take you anywhere from a couple to a handful of games or so, so just make sure you keep it up, and then once you down your 10th locked on victim, you should be good for the achievement. So here's our last one, and the achievement should unlock right here. It's going to be for 20 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.